Okay, and this cheat step is actually the red part of the. Do you have like a slightly bigger body brush, not on a sharp point? Preferably something with like a round tip, flat and round kind, stippling kind.
Oh,
Can I take a look?
kind of big. Yeah. Those are quite big.
Too big.
Those are the smallest.
These are too small.
Those are the
Yeah,
middle.
something like this. Because we will stipple.
Ah, okay.
Is this expensive?
No, do whatever you want.
Yeah, so this kind of brush is what we will need to use for the next step. It's kind of a round stippling brush and it will damage your fine point, so don't use your fine point. Now what you want to do, normally I get a thin brush, but today I'm demoing, so I'm just going to use this. Okay, so what you do is I use this cheat step, but you can use like a scarlet enamel also works very well. But I've been using this for many years, so this is just what I become used to. Now, a lot of the figure painting books will tell you to put like paint on the cheek and paint on the cheek and all that to make it look rosy, and I used to do that. But actually, if you look at normal people, the cheek redness makes it look very strange, especially on figure. So I don't do that. What I do is I focus on the So what I do now, I'm gonna go back to this figure now, because this figure I haven't done this step yet. So what I do is I put one dot on the inside of the eye, one on the outside of the eye, one on the corner of the nose. I can't do this thing. Look. One on the corner of the nose, one on the corner of the mouth, one on the corner of the ear, and same thing. So corner of the eyes, corner of the nose, corner of the mouth, and corner of the ear. Okay, so it looks like he's bleeding. He looks like he's bleeding out of every orifice right now. But now what you're going to do is you're going to blend the whole lot in. So you take your acrylic, your enamel thinners, which is basically white. No. Should be correct. Okay, so you're gonna take your enamel thinners, which is basically white spirit, and you're going to blend the whole lot in. Okay, because you're actually, this step you can use acrylic to do it, but if you do acrylic, it's just one step, and then if you get it wrong, that's it, you're done. But what I'm gonna do is, and that's why, because I use oil, I can actually go in there and recorrect. Now basically what you want to do is this: you blend, was it in here? Where did I put the, no I didn't. So you want to kind of just stain your brush. Your brush needs to be like oily, not soaking in thinner, just oily. Okay. Then you want to, now when you do this step, you'll see suddenly your figure will look very alive. Because the fact is, acrylic is actually a very dead color compared to the oil. So when you kind of add these oils, it takes on a very different look. So you see, like just now I was telling you, if you use the oil, suddenly it takes on a very nice kind of look, very vibrant looking. And you can always wipe off the rest. If it gets too much, you can always wipe off the rest. White spirits will be better.
Oh, right.
You will sit next to it. But you get the sense of it. Okay, so that is what that earlier figure looked like. So now I'm going to do a before after, so you get a picture of this now.
Hold still. Got it.
Okay, so this is what it looks like before this step.
Sorry. I just need a quick
How close will this?
of your last update. Which one should I take? The one
This one.
in front, right?
Just do a before after. So the point is, right now it looks quite like dead like that. So again, inside, outside, nose, mouth, and the ear. There. So same thing, we're going to
Come this way.
same thing, we're going to blend. See, I guess this is not blend, it's kind of like a filter. Now you can put the red basically anywhere in the face, just not on the forehead. Because somehow I find if you get the red on the if you get the red on the forehead, it doesn't look quite right. Yeah, I think that's kind of nice. So now you'll see the difference. Just give it a few seconds to dry. Check this out before I make a mess.
You good? Or you still? No, that's good. Oh, it's finished.
Okay, so this is with the red in place. Let me take a look. So you see that when you add the red, it kind of gives it like a life. Oh, I know, I saw you. Okay, see you. Bye. Yeah. Okay, so red. Now, last step. So the last step is actually hair. That's easy enough to do. I guess I'll just do a quick hair. So usually for hair, what I do is I just do like a darkish version of a color and then a lightish version. So it really depends what you want to do. So I'll just do a quick hair color. You notice I did the hair only at this stage, after everything is done.
No, that's why I'm trying to figure out what the fingernails are. Okay, because it's still wet. It's been there for hours. So it has to go to. Yeah, but it hasn't dried out. No, I haven't had fucking painting dry.
Can I get another hand towel? Hand towel.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so for this guy, I guess I'll make him blonde. With hair, there's no real tried and tested method. Just whatever works. You just keep kind of jabbing at it until it works. At least that's what I do. Only thing is, I guess you want to keep the end shadow distinct. Otherwise, the whole thing, especially if it's fair haired, you won't, kind of looks funny because there's no end point to the hair. Like that. Yep, done. Yep, so that's what hair looks like. I guess you can come in and touch it up. Okay, so last stage, last is the fingernails. So how to do fingernails? So fingernails are actually quite easy. What you do is, it's a two-step process. You get a dilute wash for the you know, like the fingers, the shadow around it. So you create a wash for the fingernails first. Okay, so it's actually very straightforward. You create a wash for the fingernails. And very subtle. You just like that, like that, like that, like that. Where's the tongue? On this side. Like these, the figures on this model are nice because they actually have fingernails molded in. But even if you don't have that, this method works. So you can see this one, they actually did mold the fingernails in. It's a very subtle thing. Now, once you've done the edges of the fingernails, you're now going to put in the actual fingernail. So the actual fingernails, you can actually use white or ivory, or you use the highlight color. Because actually, if you look at fingernails, they're not white. They are kind of skin color. All right. So we're going to use the white, maybe slightly highlighted. So in this case, I don't have anything on hand, so I'll just use, that looks like too much for me. Yeah, I think something like that looks about right. Maybe a bit of pink there. Yeah. Okay, so this is about right for me. So now that you've created that, you're going to just fill in all the fingernails. You don't want to brush like this because you're going to end up with a spiky fingernail. So something bigger with some body like this. Okay, here we go with the fingernails. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. So I mean, that's a pretty quick and dirty way of doing this. Maybe not so quick. Yeah.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, 10 minutes.
You don't say.
How long did it take?
Hour and a half.
Feels like 10
10
minutes.
minutes the hour head.
That felt like 10 minutes. Wasn't it 10 minutes? It felt like 10 minutes.
Actually, getting close to an hour 45.
So it is 10 minutes the hour head.
Plus we had a couple of breaks, so it's about 2 hours. Yes, 5 up to 4.
Can we have a take 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Eyelashes not 4.
Yeah. What I was saying in a real production, you do this 3, 4, 5 times. Yeah. When you're finished, we'll get some shots of the final.
Maybe got 1 shot left. There's some movies that actually 1 take. You know, there's some movies they've done recently. 1 take shot, amazing, right?
Sometimes you get one.
So 1 take meaning there's no cutting. So 1 camera, 1 of the wall looks like fake, is it?
1917.
Yeah. It's not true 1 take. No way, right?
Okay, man. Done.
You done?
Come here.
Alright, let's get that.
It's really then.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's not just to have the shadow. The shadow.
You might want to pull back a bit.
Yeah. I want to get.
Switch off the light.
I want to get on him. Okay.
Okay, me. Copy lah.
Let's switch off the light.
Oh, it's affecting the.
For sure. It's
It's too
supposed
dark,
to.
isn't it?
No, your phone will take care of it. You might want to
Change your mind.
Lee. You might want to do it in a like
Oh, with but the problem is because it is a white background.
Yeah, you want a black background,
Yeah,
actually.
correct.
well no trust me on this one.
Alright, you can do it, but
Okay.
There you go. Because it's corrected. The computer knows what is white.
Okay, next.
You can do white and then black.
Yeah. The black is it.
with no.
You try this first, then I'll hold your black
Just
background.
touch on the touch
You have to
his
touch on the
face.
figure.
Yeah. Touch on his face. Hold out.
Oh, that's nicer, right?
Just angle that. Yeah.
Okay, I hold it. Okay, wait, let me get this as well.
Needs more light.
Needs more light. Still got a lot of shadow, isn't it? Okay, thank you.
Let me.
Oh, then you cast the fish.
Doesn't matter,
You
doesn't matter.
can return.
No, you can actually do that.